Hello everyone, this is Noor and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm creating another one-on-one video with you guys, and this is going to be graphic liners. So this is kind of like the look that I am doing for you guys. I'm pulling inspiration, but not only that, it's kind of like an ombre graphic liner, if you guys could tell from the upper line up there, but you'll see it more in details shortly. If you guys don't know, I'm starting kind of like one-on-one videos with you guys just to show you tips and tricks about makeup and how to apply it, and I'll try my best to kind of do one-on-one trendy videos as well. That's really in right now. So my first video that I did for you guys was the classic smoky eye. If you didn't check it out, it will be linked here or also at the end of this video. You can go ahead and check it out when you're done with this one. So today I'm just showing you guys graphic liner, which I kind of see it everywhere. It's quite trendy and it's really fun to create. So I went ahead and I created an easy way to create graphic liners and just to kind of make it simple for you guys. So before I go ahead and start off this tutorial, if you're new here to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and taking your time to watch my video. It really means a lot to me. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button to get notified every time I upload a new video. And I would love to have you guys aboard on the light family that I have here on my channel. So if you guys would like to learn how I created my graphic liner, please keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and start off this graphic liner that looks like this. And today I'm kind of doing kind of like an ombre effect going on the top line, and also smoking it out with some eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take P. Louise primer base first, which is my favorite, and I'm gonna blend it out with the brush first, and I'm just gonna take my fingers after to really blend it into my skin. Next, I'm just gonna lay down a base color, and I'm using this color right here from the Morphe and Jaclyn Divine Natural palette. I'm taking this color right here. This is called Eau Luxe. I just made it sound really French. And I'm literally going to pack this all over. I just love it because it's so nice and natural, but I also love the shimmer that this has, to be honest, and I felt like it would be like the perfect shade to use for this look. And I'm literally putting this everywhere. There is no right and wrong way to apply this color, but I'm just gonna dust it all over. Next, I'm using, just to add the shimmer that is going on, and I'm taking the Moon Dust from UrbanDecay. Now they don't have this anymore. I'm not sure where you can get them, but something quite similar to this, if you have, these are the glitter shadows, liquid shadows from e.l.f. that you can go ahead and use. They will do the same effect, but I have this one and I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. I'm just gonna take it with my finger and I'm just gonna take it and pat it all over, and this is gonna create a little bit more of glitters slash shimmers on my eyelid. This is the Morphe and Ashley Strong Cake palette. I think you can still get this from Sephora. I did go ahead and play around with it. So the first color I'm taking is this brown, and this is called Manifest. And I'm using this with my Makeup My Mario mixing liquid. I'm just putting a drop of that on the pan, taking a thin brush like this one. This is also from Morphe M250-1, my favorite brush. I have a couple of these brushes, to be honest, because I use them on myself and I also use them for my clients to create my liners, and I'm obsessed with this. So the first thing that you need to do is that if you don't have a steady hand, make sure that you put your elbow on the desk like I have right here. I'm good to just go ahead and create my liners. So the trick with this is just follow your natural waterline, place the color, try to match it. If you have your eye done already, try to match it to the other eye. If not, just kind of go line by line. I normally create one line here and then I go here and make sure that I match it up. So in this case, I'm just going to follow up the line that I have with the other eye that is already done. And I'm just going to go up with this, like this. Now, the easy part is to go ahead and join, but I'm kind of joining it halfway, so I kind of need to stop here. So I'm just creating my guidelines because I'm going with a black liner then on top on the lash line and not on top of it. So I'm just gonna go and filling up this liner first, going thin with it halfway, and I'm just gonna go and start perfecting that liner a little bit more. With a little bit of water. I just use my saliva, and you can go ahead and easily clean up the edges. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and create my cut crease line. So like this. I'm gonna stop it right there. It doesn't really need to be super perfect at first. You just want to place your line and then you can go ahead and perfect it. So once it's perfected, it should look like something like this. Now don't worry, sometimes they kind of look similar but not exactly the same, and that is completely fine. And that is completely fine. Also, I am using a brush and a cake liner. With graphic liners, I feel when you do use something like a brush and a cake liner, it's much easier because I feel like you have a little bit more control. And like I said, these are kind of products that are super easy to clean up, and it's super easy to just perfect and have a clean line with it. Other than liquid liners, sometimes it's a little bit hard because once they are dried, they're just really hard to kind of clean up. So that's why I really prefer cake liners, because since they are kind of like water-based to start off with, and they're also activated with water, you can just easily go ahead and clean them up. So my trick to you is to use a cake liner. It's really easy to use a brush as well. I know it takes time, but honestly, the more you practice with it, the easier it gets. I know a lot of people that uses like a liquid liner on their clients or whatever. I honestly use a brush on them, and that's how I kind of like practice with time. I also use it on myself to practice as well. So everything takes time and everything takes practice. So just keep that in mind. Now I'm going to take a color that is a little bit lighter, and it's the shade right here, and this is called Flow. So again, I'm just putting a drop of that on the pan, and I'm just blending it up. Make sure that you don't have the brush too runny, or else it's going to be a little bit harder to work with. So make sure you kind of have like a nice texture to it so it does not run. So now I'm just going to take this color and I'm going to smudge it with the first brown and continue my line and kind of stop halfway and just blend it with the brown. I mean, these are really easy to blend in together as well. If you feel like you made a mistake or you weren't too done with it, just take your Q-tip and clean it up, and it's so easy to clean, just like this. Now taking the color that is next to it as well, this one right here, and this is called Exhale. Just have a wipe next to you so you can just clean it from the other color. And I'm just gonna take Exhale, and I'm going to be continuing that line. And you wanna thin it out when you're going in the inner corners. And I'm not going all the way down with this, I'm just kind of going halfway in with this, so just like this. And make sure that you blend it with the other brown. You can take a little bit of that previous color and just blend it together like that. I'm gonna go ahead and take my KVD tattoo liner. I love this one. They also have it in brown. This is really fun to work with, and it's one of my favorite liners, the only liner that I use right now, because just I feel like it's very black and it's also super easy to use, and not only that, it's also waterproof, which is great. And I'm gonna go ahead and create my liner on the lash line. And I'm gonna blend it with the brown. I'm also going to extend my inner tear duct. Now my trick with this is to just follow the shape of my tear duct already, But what you can do too is just follow up with the line that you created and just extend it a little bit and just fill up that little triangle after. I'm going to take the brush that I used the first brown with, just have a little bit of that brown, and I'm just going to blend it with the black to look like this. Now I'm going to go back with the first brown that I used from the Cake palette, and I'm going to take Manifest and I'm going to create another line, but this time it's going to go inwards. So I'm going to join it from the tear duct area right here. Go up with it, and I'm gonna go under that line, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill up that little gap that meets the black and the brown. So this is how I want it to be for now. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up this area right here with some brown eyeshadow. I'm taking the palette again, and I'm taking a color called Book with the small little brush, and I'm just gonna go and start filling this in and blending it with it. It really blends surprisingly very well with eyeshadow. And that's just gonna fill it up a little bit in here. You're gonna get this effect and just lightly dust it away to have a nice blended effect. And then I'm taking a color called Good Vibes, taking a little bit of that, and I'm just gonna smudge it with Booked just to blend it out. I'm gonna take a little bit of Booked again, and I'm just gonna concentrate this on the outer corners right here, and I'm gonna to create kind of like a smoked out liner just with eyeshadow. So just with the light hand, blend it into the colors. And I'm not going to bring this all the way in. I'm just gonna leave it outwards like that, and I'm just gonna keep a light hand and keep blending it out to create kind of like a smoked out liner. I'm gonna also take a little bit of a color called Boo Bear, which is just a little bit darker, and I'm just gonna focus that mainly touching the liner. Gonna take a fluffy brush. There's nothing on this one, I just used it for the other eye, and I'm just gonna start fading and blending that out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the lower lash line. I'm taking a brown eyeliner. This is from Sephora. And I'm just gonna go and pop this on the waterline. I'm gonna take Booked again, and I'm just gonna slowly start smudging that liner with Booked and smoking it out. I'm also going to bring that and kind of join it with that liner that I created with Manifest, and I'm just gonna smudge them together. I'm gonna take Good Vibes, and I'm gonna blend that out with that shadow. Good Vibes is a really nice transition color, and it's a pretty color to just blend other colors with it. It's a beautiful shade. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of the Moon Dust again, right under the extended tear duct. Now I'm taking a color called Striptease, which is a shimmery brown, and I'm just gonna pop this brown color all over the lower lash line just to make it a little bit more shimmery. I'm just gonna go back with Manifest from the palette here. So I'm just going over that Manifest color, the brown cake liner, and I'm just going to enhance it a little bit more because it does fade away a little bit when you start blending it out with other shadows. I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara and lashes. The mascara that I'm going to be using, it is the Real mascara, but the magnet one. And then for lashes, you guys know it already. This is the Mikayla and Glamlite lash, and this is in code orange. I'll go ahead and apply that on, and I'll be back to do the face makeup with you guys. Alrighty, you guys, the eyes are done. Actually, I forgot to add mascara on my lower lashes, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and bring some color into the face and give it a little bit more definition. Lately, I've been really loving the Too Faced bronzer, Soleil bronzer. So I'm taking a little bit of that, and I'm just gonna go and chisel my face with this first. It just really gives like a nice background bronzed look for me, and that's why I really like it. And it smells like chocolate too, which is just amazing. I think Too Faced really nailed. I got some powder in my mouth and it really tasted sweet. Tasted like chocolate. Okay, you could. It's not only makeup, but it's also edible, you guys. I'm just kidding. Imagine people start licking this. I'm gonna be taking my Shade Light palette from KVD Beauty using ShadowPlay and Subconscious. I'm just gonna go and enhance the bronzer just a little bit more. Now I'm taking the AirBrush bronzer from Tilbury, and I'm gonna start buffing that into the skin. This is a great powder to create like a look that is quite seamless, blended into your skin, and this does exactly that. I have shade Fair just because it's the shade that I really like, and it also helps with buffing into my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of nose contour, and I'm just gonna take ShadowPlay from the KVD Beauty Shade Light palette, and I'm just gonna go and chisel out my nose a little bit more. I'm gonna take the Juvia's Place blush palette. So I'm gonna grab this peachy tone, and I'm just gonna go and put that with the bronzer. I'm just gonna kind of concentrate it upwards. And I'm gonna take a little bit of Yara as well. This one here was called Tau or Toe. And Yara is quite interesting, to be honest. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of that and kind of smudge it with the bronzer. So I have this highlighter that I've never used because I did get the full collection, but after like a month or so. And this is the Mikayla and Glamlite highlighter. Look at this. I can't even focus it because it's so freaking shimmery and it reflects my lights. But this is how it looks like. Hopefully you can focus. So this is how it looks like. And I'm really interested on how this is gonna look like. Let's go ahead and try it. Before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm just using the Makeup Revolution and Friends, and this is the Phoebe setting spray. Oh my god. Okay, this is like, I was not expecting that. Gonna blend it out a little bit. Okay, this is like really pigmented, but it's so pretty. Ah, I'm obsessed. Okay, I think I found my new obsession. A new highlight obsession. Could you please take a moment and look at how gorgeous this is? Hello. I want to put this all over my face. Now I can't stop. Thank you, Mikayla. I'm gonna go ahead and do a dark brown lip just because this is kind of like what I'm feeling today. So I'm using a brown liner. This is actually, I believe it's discontinued from MAC Cosmetics. And this is the Cream Stick Liner in 80%. And now I'm taking the Milani lipstick here, the brown shade. And this is so pretty, and this is called Sensual. And this is how it looks like. Look how gorgeous this color is. I can't even deal. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that all over. Hello? I'm obsessed with this color. Alrighty, you guys, let me go ahead and fix up my hair, put a nice top on, and I'll be back to finish up this tutorial with you guys. Alrighty, you guys, this is the finished look. I just went ahead and I applied my beauty marks, and I also applied freckles. I don't know if you guys could see it on my face. They are quite light and I kind of like that. And I used Freck XL. I just bought this, to be honest, and I find it's really expensive for the size of it. It's like really small and it's like 40 bucks. It's really expensive, but honestly it really does the job nicely. It gives you like realistic freckles with the same tone as realistic freckles, which is really insane, and I really like it. So yeah, this is kind of like what I went ahead and I applied on my face. If you guys are curious and you want to know what I used on my face, everything is going to be linked down below for you guys in the description box, so make sure you check it out. Everything is going to be listed down there for you guys. If you have any comments or concerns, just leave them all in the comments down below and I will try to answer each and one of you guys. So this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I'm obsessed with it. I had a lot of fun creating this look for you guys today, and I really hope that you got to learn some tips and tricks about graphic liners. On that note, it's time for me to head out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!